we have a big development coming up for you. WhatsApp, the Facebook-owned messenger app that has for years been one of the most popular communication tools in the world, has recently changed its privacy policy. Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook have decided to change the policy to ensure that data privacy will be treated as the most valued rights of the modern age. Facebook will stop collecting personal data for third-party advertising, and there will be no tracking and no product personalization. Besides, the company is going to delete all of your search history, browser history, sensitive info, contacts, personal identifiers, purchase history, location data, financial info, and all the data you yourself don't know about from all its servers, and for good. That means all your content will finally be truly owned by you. Wake up, folks. You gotta be kidding me. If you really did believe in what I just said, then I have only one word for you. WhatsApp has recently given an ultimatum to its 2 billion plus users. Agree to share all your personal data with it, or your account will be deleted. This threat is delivered via an in-app warning that directs users to agree to sweeping revisions in its terms of service. And if you do not agree to the revised privacy policy by February 8, then you will be no longer able to use the app. Clear as mud? Good. From next month, some of the data that WhatsApp will collect shall include user phone numbers, other people's phone numbers stored in address books, profile names, profile pictures, status messages including the last online data, and diagnostic data collected from app logs. Also, in order to operate their services, whatever content you upload, submit, store, send, or receive via WhatsApp, the company can use, reproduce, distribute, and display it anywhere. After this policy comes into effect in early Feb, WhatsApp will be able to access the data of more than 2 billion or 200 crore users. Furthermore, it will also be able to share its data on other platforms, such as with its parent company, Facebook and Instagram. WhatsApp can also earn money using its users' data. Now the question is how it will affect the end users. It has been decided that if you want to use WhatsApp, you have to agree to its policies, whether you like it or not. And with this move, number 1, advertising will be displayed on your spending patterns, which means WhatsApp, using its in-chat payment feature that allows users to make transactions via WhatsApp to their contact list, already knows your bank's name, amount spent, and address of delivery. Now Facebook, Instagram, and other companies would also know this, and the company will profile each user based on their transaction data. That means if you had ordered a sandwich, then perhaps you won't be considered as rich as someone who visits Starbucks. And if you have gone to Starbucks, then be ready to see the ads that aim to make a big hole in your pocket. As you know, a lot can happen over a cup of coffee. Number 2, your IP address and location will be tracked, which implies that even though WhatsApp has provided its users an option to disable their location access, it has accepted that it can still track your location via your IP and mobile number. This explains the rationale behind why Facebook decided to invest a whopping $5.7 billion for a 9.99% stake in India's Reliance Jio platforms, which is India's biggest telecom operator with more than 400 million subscribers, and also why Jio managed to provide its services at a cheaper rate. These policy changes have provided the greatest treasure to the marketing and sales for JioMart, an e-commerce business that is a joint venture between Jio and Reliance Retail with WhatsApp. And yes, this comes at the expense of your privacy. And number 3, WhatsApp will suggest the content and analytics to you. It will suggest which friends to add, groups to join, and the content to watch. And depending on how you respond and interact with them, it will display its advertisements across its different platforms. But hey, you may think I would only use WhatsApp for calling. So well, I do not care about the new changes.
I don't give a fuck.
Wait a minute. WhatsApp will also keep an eye on your calls too. So guys, long before this happened, WhatsApp co-founder Brian Acton had said in a 2018 interview, "I sold my users' privacy for a larger benefit." Now you may be wondering what happened to its famous end-to-end encryption that used to protect messages, photos, videos, voice messages, documents, status, and calls. Yes, you guessed it right. It's ending too after February 8th. Now, what options do we have? Well, all you can do is to consider switching to the alternatives which provide more privacy-focused services. Now, you might say that among 2 billion users worldwide, even if millions of people decide to migrate, it is unlikely to have a major impact on WhatsApp's overall popularity and usage. And that, my friend, is sadly true. And even if some of your close connections still keep using WhatsApp, that means you would too. But well, in a day they will act. If you choose to leave the Facebook ecosystem of apps, here are some great options. Number 1, Telegram. Most similar to that of WhatsApp. That is, the one that has many of the same features and even some extras. Number 2, Signal. Based on open source encryption and quite similar to Telegram and WhatsApp. Quite safe and quite secure, but somewhat limited in its appearance and functionality. Number 3, Viber, an app from the Japanese company Rakuten, and the user base is largely concentrated in Eastern Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. So you might have a hard time finding friends in your region that use this app. Finally, number 4, Line, an app by a Japanese company with great focus on privacy and security. With that being said, we wish we never had to make this video. Personal data is not something that should be extorted for using the services. Privacy should not be something that remains that easy to violate. Trust, an integral part of your life, should not be in the hands of an untrustworthy person or corporation. The basis of policy formulation should not be greed, deceit, intrusion, and extortion. But well, that's life. But at the same time, life is also much easier than you might imagine. And it did exist before WhatsApp and will even exist without it. That's all for today. We will keep making videos on informative topics like this. And if you like our work, then please subscribe our channel and hit the like button. Thank you.